This is ROG Ally X and this is 4K TV. And I wonder, can it handle 4K resolution? How bad it will be? Maybe good. Let's find out. Subscribe. Warhammer Space Marine 40,000 1080p quality TAA, everything on medium. And we're at 30 watts TDP. And we're right now at 60 FPS. Wow. This is very smooth. I can't feel latency at all, and this is very acceptable graphics in my opinion still. But this is indoors area and FPS will be higher than anywhere else in this game. This is the boss battle and we're at 60, 50 now FPS. Okay, we're going down, 57. And okay, we're going down 40 FPS, 38. I'm not sure what happened. This is very demanding scene, I believe. And I can feel slight latency now. Afmf2 is still switched on because there is a frame gen lag, it's 25-26 milliseconds. So this means that it is still on. Without Afmf FPS probably will be somewhere around 20 FPS. Interesting. Now we went back to 50 again. And 40 and 30. It's just all over the place. As you understood, at 1080p on ROG Ally connected to 4K screen is still playable, but it's with some caveats here and there. For example, in this boss battle it jumps from 35 FPS to like 56 right now. Now let's go to 4K balanced TAA and lowest possible settings, of course, because we're using only ROG Ally. And we're at 30-40 FPS. Frame lag is a little bit on high, but it is still playable. I still can control with my mouse and keyboard the character. Someone might say that, oh, just 35 FPS, but in reality we're just running this on ROG Ally X, Z1 Extreme, nothing more. This is impressive. And now let's jump to the battle and see if it will drop our FPS like below 30. Will we see it? You can touch me. Check this out, we're still at 30s. 4K, balanced. It looks alright. I'm blown away. How is it even possible? 35 still. I can aim. It's a little bit harder than before, slightly, but still 4K. Well, this is kinda playable and we're balanced right now TAA. Why not FSR? Because FSR just damages too much the image. And I don't really like grainy, noisy image, and TAA is doing quite a good job here. Now let's switch TAA to Ultra Performance and see if it will make any difference. And holy moly, we're at almost 60 FPS. It looks a little bit washed out, I would say a little bit too much for my taste. No, let's go to Performance TAA. And we have slightly more FPS than before, and during the battle it's at 40, 42 right now. Frame lag is at 34, 35, it's a little bit on the high, and it's a little bit difficult to aim, I can say, but it's still manageable. But it looks way better than 1080p. It is hard to believe that I'm playing this game right now on a tiny console, 30 plus FPS, 4K screen. This is just mind-blowing. I can confirm that Space Marine 2 is fully playable on monitor or TV if you want to connect your ROG Ally X. And this is super demanding scene where you have hundreds, maybe thousands of these creatures around you. And we're still at 4K, TAA performance, lowest possible settings, 30 watts. And as you can see, it is quite playable here as well. And image quality, very acceptable still. So Space Marine 2 definitely playable on ROG Ally X on 4K screen. Let's go to the next game. Black Myth Wukong 1080p, FSR at 50, lowest possible setting, 30 watts, Afmf2 is on. And we are right now at 49 and 59 FPS, and latency is very acceptable. I can definitely play it like this, no problem. It still looks quite acceptable, you can see it yourself, there's no like big artifacts or problems. Little bit of noise because of FSR, but FPS is still very acceptable. And if I reckon correctly, this is the most demanding part in the game, the desert. And we're at 58. It's not going down. 58 still. And they're trying to kill me. Come on. All I can do is dodge. No, dodge. Come on. I'm not gonna survive this fight, I think. So yeah, ROG Ally X 1080p FSR 50% on your monitor or your TV, very playable. And now let's switch to 2K FSR 37% and lowest possible settings again. And we're at 44 FPS. Slight latency, I can feel it slightly, just a little bit, but it is still very playable. And I think it looks way more sharper than it was at 1080p. I'm quite impressed with the quality, and we're running this again just on ROG Ally X using Afmf 2. That's it. So what do you think? Will this game even be playable at 4K? Will we have to go to like 25 FSR, completely destroying the image so we could have at least decent FPS? At 2K right now, as you can see, I'm playing it and I totally forgot about this latency at all. Something I noticed in the beginning but not anymore. And of course, let's try 4K, FSR 33, frame generation is off and lowest possible settings. And even when we go this low, we only at 30 frames per second and it's not very playable at all. Latency is so enormous that I barely can move my camera and pixels are just like going on pixels and you can see lots of artifacts, and for some reason my screen is flashing a lot, so it is not very playable at 4K at all. No surprise, to be honest, because we're using just Z1 Extreme processor and this is very demanding game. So are you connecting your handheld to your screen? Leave comments down below, like, subscribe, and I will see you in next one. Bye.